After years of rumors and leaks and speculation, it's here. It is finally here. Spider-Man No Way Home. No way this movie is good. After all the excitement, all the everything. I couldn't think of a word there, but everything! Everything that was happening, it was like, oh, this person's in it, this person's not in it. These two were spotted together near the set in Atlanta. It's like, goodness gracious, there's no way. No way this movie's gonna be good and live up to expectations. And you know what? They were wrong. They did. It was very good. It was a very enjoyable movie. I had a great time. I am going to do spoilers throughout this review, so I hope that you've seen the movie. And if not, then I guess if you don't care about spoilers, you can listen. But otherwise, whatever. Do what you want to do. I'm not going to tell you. New year, new you. Also, I know this review is very late coming out, but I want to have weekly uploads. So I've started doing videos, and I stockpiled a bit from December. So if things come out and you're like, wow, these are riding old trends, then shut the hell up. I don't want to hear about it. I'm doing my best, okay? Okay, buddy? Anyways, yeah, the movie's really good. I don't know if I'm going to give you a summary or not. Do you want a summary? If you want a summary, go watch another video. I'm just here to tell you what I was really excited about, because that's the point of a review, right? It's unique to the reviewer. But anyways, first thing, remember spoilers, but the first thing I was really excited about, 10 minutes in, I was almost crying. Matt Murdock, finally in the MCU, Daredevil, big cock Charlie Cox.
What do you mean by that?
Back at it. Hairline is a little different, it's a little rough, but that forehead booming, them powers booming too. He was looking good, looking fresh, Honestly, very exciting to see him there, even if he doesn't suit up as Daredevil, which you don't need with everyone else in this movie. There's plenty of heroes in this. It's great to see Matt in MCU, but this movie overall was really, really enjoyable. The entrances for characters, those older characters from older movies, Doc Ock comes in, he's intimidating, he looks younger, the de-aging is flawless. Norman Osborn comes in, you see him with his mask off, he looks great, the aging on him is great, but Willem Dafoe also looks pretty good. He's looked old for a million years. I'm pretty sure he was around when the dinosaurs were here, but whatever. Same for Morgan Freeman, that dude's looked old since he was born, probably came out wrinkly, disgusting. But Flint Marko, as he introduces himself, as if Spider-Man would know another Sand person, he's like, hey, it's me, Flint Marko. Yeah, we get it, no shit. He doesn't know any other one. He doesn't know, I don't know why he did that. Well, whatever, I guess it's politeness, can't fault him for that. But Sandman's in here, and the Lizard alright, the Lizard's in here too. But the Sandman and the Lizard have this weird thing where the Lizard is never back to human, and when he does go back to being a human, it's reused footage from The Amazing Spider-Man. And Sandman, when he goes back to being human, it's reused footage from Spider-Man 3. I recognize both of those in the theater, and I think it's also just very obvious in general. If you're a normal person watching, I think you'd go, hey, that looks kind of weird. But also, maybe not. Maybe I'm just bullshitting. I really don't think you would notice. Maybe not, maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. Willem Dafoe is, as everyone else has said, he's a madman. He's great. He kills it. Well, if it is Aunt May, then yes, he kills it, because he murders the fuck out of Aunt May. That bitch gets hit with a glider, and then she's slowly bleeding out, doesn't want to say anything, even though Peter could probably help her with it. She probably could have survived if Peter had, because he has super strength. He probably could have just put his hand on her side and just push down a little and use his sticking powers to keep it, Is that not a solution?
No.
I don't care. This whole review, I was gonna say interview, I'm interviewing myself for a review. This whole review has just been stalling. I was so excited. I was coming buckets in that theater when Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield came out their portals. Goodness gracious, I can't even tell you how excited I was to see those two back on the screen, especially Tobey. But Andrew was probably the best Spider-Man in this movie. Weirdly enough, he does really well. It's like the weirdest turnaround from his movies where I couldn't care less about that Peter, but now he's like got energy, he's got charisma, he fucks. Speaking of energy, charisma, and fucking, Jamie Foxx, also Electro. How did I forget the one black villain? Am I racist? Maybe, possibly, but yeah, Jamie Foxx comes in. He's not playing the nerd anymore. He's not playing the blue dude. He's just fucking. He's just Jamie Foxx here, and it works for me. Honestly, I thought it was cool. I thought it was funny. You know, if I popped up in a different universe and I was suddenly like the coolest dude ever, who the fuck am I to be like, nah, I'ma act like my old self? Nah, bro, nah, I'm different. I'm cool. I'm that guy. You know, he's that guy. You know, he may as well act that guy. I don't see the problem. People say he's different or whatever. It's like, come on, dude's in a new universe looking like Jamie Foxx. Just straight up with the fade and everything. Like, wouldn't you be acting different? Wouldn't you be acting brand new? I digress. Anyways, Toby, Andrew, amazing. Toby should have grown his hair out more because he looks like he's balding here, but he's not. I know, I've seen him recently with hair. Why did they give him that haircut? His hair looks crazy. But anyways, it does not take away from the performance. They're both great in this movie. They serve a great purpose. They get the audience hype. My audience was doing like golf claps, and it was like the nicest thing because they were just like clapping instead of like screaming, which is, I really enjoyed that. It's like a short clap and then it's done, so you can enjoy the movie. You never struggle to hear what they're saying. Funny story, side story.
Careful there.
I will.
See the cars. Okay, back up, guys. You can't see the cars. They got the fuck out of the way. I can't see. There are cars there, motherfucker. Get out of the way. There's stops for you, dude. We're blocking.
Anyways, this movie was amazing. Toby was amazing. I was very happy to see him again. I cried. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I cried. That's like my childhood hero. You know, he's the guy that helped get me into comics along with my uncle. You know, my uncle had like a literal suitcase of comic books that he would just like, you know, he'd let me read them sometimes. I'd go to the library and read comic books. That's honestly the best way I got into comic books. Go into the library and read it. Because comic books may seem like complicated. It's like, this continuity and this character, what else, like all this. But honestly, all you have to do is just sit down and read a comic book, just any comic book, and see if you like it, you know? That's what I used to do. I used to sit down and read any comic book I could find. You know, it's cool, whatever. I'm happy to be reading, you know? I don't care what the storyline is, I'll just read. And then from there, you develop a sense of like, okay, you know, this is what I like in comic books, this is what I don't like, you know? And then you read some of the more popular ones like Kingdom Come, the graphic novels, you know, The Dark Knight Returns, which really is not Batman. It's not like the Batman you want to get the idea of Batman being in your head, because that's older Batman. He's not really Batman, but he's Batman. Do you get me? You feel what I'm saying? You can't really unless you're right here and you feel the air, like the air, because you know sound travels by vibrating. It don't matter. I was gonna say don't worry about it, but I said don't matter because it doesn't matter. Grammar matters though. Phonics. Anyways, it was really exciting. I had a great time, and that's honestly that's like the happiest I've been in years, honestly, because this pandemic's been shitty, and that Spider-Man movie was really just a gift to everyone, I think, because you know there's not a lot that's been good recently. And it really helps to have this just unifying experience. Like if you go on Twitter, I think reception is almost universally positive. Just, hey, this was a really good movie. Everyone in this movie was really good. I had fun. Like it feels like everyone just enjoyed this movie, and like the first 24 hours after the movie came out was just like the most positive I've ever seen Spider-Man Twitter, which usually they fight about the most nonsense shit, like just the most minor details you would never notice, and you're like, how did you notice that? Why did you notice that? And why aren't you getting some bitches? Why don't you know what the touch of a woman feels like? Do you know what pussy feels like, bro? They don't. They honestly don't. But anyways, I digress. I really enjoyed this movie. I'm giving it, I don't give a fuck, 10 out of 10. I don't know when I started doing number reviews, but you know, whatever, or number ratings, but whatever. It's fatty 10 out of 10 for me. Can I steal something from the Weekly Planet podcast? Best movie ever, worst movie ever? Best movie ever. Loved it. And I'd love if you would check out some more of my videos. They're somewhere on the screen.